You're supposed to introduce me.
Don Sliter. Don Sliter, folks.
Yes, just remember that the camera adds 40 pounds. What year did you start?
Louder.
What year did you start? I started in January of '79 with Beige. And within 11 months, I worked for a much better firm, Refco, which was a far better firm. I wanted to be an AE. For all you guys that are new, that's an account executive. And I studied and studied, passed the test, and said, forget it, it sucks. How did you get the job? This is a great story. I got my job from my friend Ricky Hunt. He said, come on down to the Board of Trade. I said, what is the Board of Trade? He said, you'll love it. So I went down there, I interviewed with Vaish. They gave me the job. The next day, Ricky was fired because they found out he had a pot charge against him, and he couldn't be bonded anymore, so I took his job. And to this day, he still holds it against me. Let's see. First impression of the trading floor. The perfect storm. Absolutely. Chaotic, but it made sense. I'd always been good with numbers. I got it right away. I have no idea why I got it right away, because it's the only thing in my life I ever got right away. Ask my wife or my daughter. I got it. The minute I walked on that floor, I knew exactly what I wanted to do. It was beautiful. It was like, I looked and I saw, for people that are older, I saw George Seals, who was the left tackle for Gale Sayers when Gale blew out his knee. I saw Johnny Musso. I saw Glenn Beckert. I mean, it was full of ex-athletes, which I was, a baseball player, 95-mile-an-hour fastball, by the way. And it was impressive. It was what I wanted to do. Most memorable moment was probably my first six-figure day. It was in 1989. Scott will remember this. Remember when UAL, when Marvin Davis was trying to buy, and there was a $300 bid for the stock, and they came out and said, you can't do this, we won't pass it. The stock broke $160. I remember selling 20 cars. This is full ticks. At 22, it went down to 10. I sold 112. Bought them at 10. Said, "Yeah, I just made $100,000." Forgot to cover the 20 lot, which was worth $120,000. Ended up losing money. It was hysterical. It was probably because it was my first time, and I turned in '87. I wasn't that big of a trader. Other people were. I'd heard about the Howard Siegels and everybody, Louis and all those guys. It was my first six-figure day, and I was walking around like, hey, I'm the man. And that was when everybody had already cleared out because of the crash, so I'd finally gotten my spot. Everybody went to the Euros, which was busy, and I stuck it out and stood in front of Knucklehead over here. And I finally got my spot. And location. You had to, in '88, you had to stick it out, because in '88, Scott will remember this, we had 45 cent ranges for the day. Not even $1. But you could make money because we would do 30,000. So it was, it was okay. And that year, Louis Lauder was probably the best trader I had seen at the time. That guy would put 40 cars on, 50 cars on, and just sit with it. And the whole day for a 40-cent range was hysterical. Picking his nose, see the little wrinkle above his eye. Louis was also the world's greatest pick and roll. Are we going to have to edit that out? Let's see. Are we still on? Do you want me to?
Don't worry, I'll edit all this.
Another most memorable moment is probably everybody else's most memorable moment was the Greg Reba incident, where Greg came on the floor and decided to put 500 S&Ps on and 500 puts on, because he was at home doing things he wasn't supposed to, and watching TV and got a message from President Clinton that, yes, I'm going to be impeached. And he was talking to him directly. So Greg decided to act on it. He rang, took a cab, came in, put everything, all these big, and somebody calls him, says, "Donnie."
All right, wait.